Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know. Today is Thursday, May 25th, 2023. Number 1. The state of Florida Department of Education is slashing references to recent moments in history, including Black Lives Matter, George Floyd's murder, and protesters taking a knee. The New York Times reports that Florida Education Department has announced that state officials initially rejected 82 of 101 social studies textbooks submitted for review because their contents included inaccurate material, errors, and other information that was not aligned with Florida law. Manny Diaz Jr., the Florida Education Commissioner, said in a statement that textbooks should focus on historical facts and be free from inaccuracies or ideological rhetoric. Number 2, female weed entrepreneurs who applied for New York's first retail licenses are being left behind in the state's effort to establish an equitable cannabis market. Since launching the program in August, New York regulators have awarded dozens of licenses to entrepreneurs who had an immediate family member convicted on marijuana charges or have a record themselves, but in the process, leaving female entrepreneurs out. Across 2 licensing rounds, 7% in the first round were women, while women made up just 14% of winners in the second round. Number 3, parenting a child with Tourette's syndrome or a tic disorder. Tourette's syndrome is an inherited neurobiological disorder characterized by repeated involuntary movements and uncontrollable vocal sounds called tics. As many as 1 in 100 school-age children show a partial expression of the disorder, such as chronic tics and transient childhood tics. The What You Need to Know newsletter details what parents should do if your child exhibits some form of TS or Tourette's syndrome. Number 4, in the 2021-22 school year in the state of California, about 70% of Black students failed to meet state testing standards for English language arts, compared with less than 40% of white students. Governor Gavin Newsom's budget announcement proposed the local control funding formula will harness all $80 billion in K-12 funding and add a complementary $300 million proposal dubbed the Equity Multiplier to address inequities in student performance. It's estimated that school districts serving 95% of African American students in California would need to develop, fund, and implement specific strategies to address significant opportunity and outcome gaps for Black students. Number 5, studies show people with depression are more likely to suffer from heart disease and vice versa, but doctors and parents may not be thinking about the problem in the young and thus taking action. Research concluded that depression more than doubled the odds of cardiovascular disease, which includes heart attacks and strokes, as well as problems with heart and blood vessels. Medical experts at the American Heart Association found that teens with major depression or bipolar disorder are more likely than other youngsters to have a host of cardiovascular disease risk factors, including hardening of the arteries. Here's your daily inspiration from Yogi's Jewels. Remember, it is a waste of time, energy, and valuable resources worrying about things we cannot control. Stop worrying. Be content. Join me today live on YouTube and Facebook at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central with radio and TV star Miss Juicy Baby as we discuss her stroke 1 year ago and her recuperation that goes on today. Thank you to our What You Need to Know partners, the American Heart Association and Black Health Matters. I'm Sybil Wilkes. Be informed, be empowered.